Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have the contents of a package that was sent to us from our buddy Friedrich Diehl. This is not the first package of lighters that Friedrich has sent us, and he included a nice letter telling me once again to do with the lighters as I wish. This time also including a lighter for my personal collection, and also leaving a very nice note about the camaraderie and the sense of community that this channel provides. I appreciate this very much, Friedrich. We have received several packages from Friedrich in the past and done a trade with him at one point also. I'm not going to turn this particular lighter around because it has an obscene image on the other side of it, but I did think it was an interesting kind of holder or wrap that this disposable soft flame butane lighter is in. And interesting, I don't know how old that lighter is, but it's always worth it to keep old disposable butane lighters around that still work. So really cool. There's another lighter that has an interesting mechanism on top of it and an interesting motif that looks like it has lost a good deal of its finish. This mechanism reminds me of the mechanism that is on the clear float table lighter that you've seen on this channel often, seen on the live stream. I think it was Luscious Collectibles that asked me at one point about doing a giveaway on the channel, and that's what I was planning to do with that. I've just never gotten around to creating the rules that YouTube requires for you to do that on a live stream. But I do still plan on doing it at one point. So I have taken this mechanism or a similar mechanism apart before. I can't remember whether or not I made a video on it. But the mechanism that is on top of the clear float lighter is not really a candidate for that kind of project because it is riveted together rather than having a fulcrum screw and cap like this one did have. You can see the cap is missing. But still, these parts from this mechanism may come in handy for someone. I did notice that there was a Ronson Princess here in the group, and somebody just contacted me either last week or the week before about a part for a Princess. It may be some time before this particular video is published, but I will try to go back and see, and if this lighter contains a part, whether it was the file wheel, I think it may have been the file wheel that they needed. Looks like it would need to be cleaned up, but may be a candidate for that. If you're the one that asked me about the part for the Princess and see this video and I haven't contacted you yet, then feel free, get a hold of me, and I will pass along whatever part it is you need from this lighter if it will help you. Also some other flip-top petrol lighters, unmarked, or this one here is marked Firebird, Korea. It's a Winston advertising lighter, really neat. Here is another flip-top petrol lighter, marked 14 karat gold plated, made in USA, with a sort of rough brushed finish. And really cool to see this lighter, Friedrich, because this is identical to two lighters that I have that belong to my father. So that's interesting, and I look forward to making a video on that one for sure. Looks like it might need to be cleaned up a little bit, but not in terrible shape. Got a box here for a Ronson lighter. Looks like it is marked Ronson standard chrome engine turned. I can't see all that. That is something that I would be glad to pass on to someone if they need this box. Boxes aren't really something that I care all that much about when it comes to the lighters in my collection. I don't think I even have a Ronson standard in my collection. But as I said, if you need that box, feel free to ask. At this moment, I could send that to you. Feel free to post pictures of the Ronson standard that you would like to put this box in over on the DependableFlame.com Facebook group, or any of the other ways that you can send us a picture, or just send an email, text, whatever the case may be. Now this is a Park Industries box, I am almost certain of. I don't think I've ever seen one in that color, but it looks identical in the striping and the text that is on the bottom of the box to other Park Industries boxes that I have seen in the past. And this is a Zippo lighter that was in it. Looks like that date code, I believe, would be from the mid-80s. I don't know if the insert matches. The hinge is really tight. That will make a cool video there as well, Friedrich. Appreciate you sending that along. Here is a bottle lighter. I think some of these are branded Kim, K-E-M. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. See right there, K-E-M Inc., Detroit, Michigan, made in USA. The RC Cola advertising on the bottle is a little faded, but still a really cool old lighter. Look forward to making a video on that as well. Here is a Ronson Whirlwind clone, and the posts have been damaged on that a little bit. Missing wick, wadding, flint spring and screw, fuel screw. This one is a Penguin. It says Penguin's Whirlwind Superlative Automatic Lighter. We'll see what we can do with that. Possibly we could rebuild it from parts of another, or maybe use parts off of this to rebuild another. And just like I was mentioning with the Ronson box, any of these lighters that you see that are obviously for parts, feel free to ask. If they will help you, I will send them on your way. It's another Fliptop lighter. I think I said unmarked earlier when I was talking about the Winston lighter. And unmarked was probably a bad choice of words because I think all of these are marked. But more what I was thinking of is not a Zippo lighter, what folks tend to call or think of as Zippo knockoffs. This one has some damage to the hinge. We'll see about pulling that insert out, cleaning it up. Whether or not we might be able to do anything with the hinge is another story, but a really cool lighter with a Okinawa motif. I'm not sure if this is military related or what that enameled emblem on the front signifies, but you do see towns here: Raikom, Naha, Shuri, Koza, Ishikawa, Nago, and Okuma. I am a little bit ignorant of that part of the world concerning geography, so I will leave that up to anyone who wants to correct me on anything that I might have said wrong about that particular lighter or the place on the map that it features. Here is a park lighter with a, looks like Norwegian cruise line ship. It says MS Norwegian Skyward. Looks like the insert is in pretty good condition. We'll see about getting that lighter up and running, working, functioning as it should. This is an interesting lighter to me. And most likely what we will do with any of these lighters that are in working condition, other than the one that Friedrich sent along that he said was a gift, which some of you may have already noticed in the background there. But these others, we may do the penny start 100% to Huntington's disease charity for some of these lighters. But this is a park lighter made in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, with a high polish finish and aluminum insert. It appears as though the case of the lighter is chrome plated brass. No markings on the insert as far as Murfreesboro or Park Industries, but the bottom stamp of the case does say Park Lighter, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, USA. N and G, compliments of Mike Nugo. And I bet that lighter cleans up pretty nice, and like I said, we can offer that in one of our penny start for charity, Huntington's Disease Society of America, or here lately it has been the Huntington's Disease Youth Organization of America. And here is the lighter that Friedrich sent along as a gift. This is a Penguin Cygnus table lighter. Don't know if it's got a flint in it. No. Looks like we will need to clean that file wheel up a little bit. But otherwise, it seems like it's in pretty good shape. A little bit of dust, carbon buildup, soot, that kind of stuff up around the wick, but just really light. And hopefully no degraded flint in the tube. But if there is, we will get this disassembled, cleaned up, hopefully have it functioning soon enough. But the tone of this lighter is a little bit different. I'm looking forward to making a video on this lighter with some of the other Cygnus table lighters that I have, because I do think that this is the first table lighter that I've had in my collection that is this particular goldish or rose gold type tone. I don't know. Once we get them together, we'll see. It may be identical in tone to the others. But either way, this will be a permanent part of my personal collection, being a gift from Friedrich. I appreciate this very much, sir. I appreciate everything about this package, and hopefully we can share some of these parts with others, get some of these other lighters up and running and auctioned off for charity, and get this lighter working, show it off as part of our personal collection of Penguin Cygnus petrol lighters. Well, I was about to say until next time, and then I realized that I've got a box here that I still hadn't opened. So count this as a little bonus. There is a really cool flat ad lighter in here with nice painted graphic on both sides for Alibaba. Looks like that might be, well, it says something dining, cocktail lounge entertainment on the left, something dining on the right. And then I assume this must be a scene from inside the restaurant. That is a really cool lighter that, although it does need some cleaning and a little bit of TLC, I believe that we can get that lighter back up and running and auction that one off for charity also. Really cool, Friedrich. I like that one a lot. Here is a couple of other flip-top petrol lighters. An Oasis by Continental. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. We'll see about getting that one functioning. And then a West Coast Choppers. You see these pretty commonly on the internet. I don't know that I've ever had one before. Not made by Zippo. And I can't read all the, oh, does that say Jesse James? So I guess this is maybe produced by the West Coast Choppers outfit, or at least contracted somehow and had their name put on them. But an interesting lighter. That windscreen reminds me of the more recently produced Star branded lighters. So, again, a nice cross-section of lighters here. Friedrich, I appreciate them very much. I appreciate all the work and the content that these lighters will enable us to do. And I thank you again very much for this newest addition to my personal collection of vintage Penguin Cygnus roller petrol lighters. Until next time.